Namaste, witchlings. It did not shut tight. Oh, I'm on the wrong orientation again. It's been a day. One moment. Hello, everybody. How are we? Oof. I'm tired. It is Friday. How is it already Friday? I do not know. I already want a nap, and it's only 1:30 in the afternoon. Good grief. What are we doing here, right? Huh. Yes. The door just cracked. I have a furry friend trying to come in, I'm sure. Maybe not. Eh. So, how is everyone today? Like I said, I'm awake, barely. Holy shiznitzel. Oh, it is spring in the Pacific Northwest, which means pollen is everywhere. So, for, an asthmatic with fucking allergies, it is a season of death. But we're powering through. We will live, right? Right. Because that's what we do. Still nobody's watching me. Nobody loves me today. Okay. I am in a mood. Have to check and make sure no furry critters under my chair. Aha, that's who's bumping the door, the furry overlord. Are you coming in or not? No? Good. There are no furry creatures in my office with me today doing this. I am shocked, stunned, and amazed. I'm just kind of killing time because I know viewers are going to show up, animals are going to show up. So, just kind of chilling out, hanging out. Oh, give it just a couple more seconds. We'll look at the keyboard. That was not the button I wanted. Well, it's a day. It's definitely a day. So, here goes. We shall. Our candle today, once I figure out where I put the lighter again, there it is. At least I went in the recycling, not the trash. Candle today is for happiness, health, and healing for just the general world because it is springtime. And there is so much hate and discontent still in this world, which makes me sad. I am not a love and light, fluffy bunny witch, but hate does make me sad. There is just so much hate, discontent, and violence out there that why add to it, Except in a few well-deserved circumstances. Continuing on. Oh, might help if I grab my notes, right? We're gonna click this. Oh, we have changed rune sets today because the hubby and I were discussing my runes as I was grabbing today's, and we both agreed that, excuse me, while I absolutely love my rose quartz, it is a bitch to see on camera. So I've gone back to using the hematite. So we shall start the day out with our first tarot card, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And I do not mean the one Pat Sajak hosts. Life never stops moving forward. This golden wheel of fortune is all of life with its many cycles of ups and downs. We see the alchemy of the entire world through the symbols of, let's see, we have the symbols of Leo. I know Leo is here somewhere. That's Taurus. Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. So Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus, I believe. I know. This is Taurus. This one, I believe, is Aquarius. This one is Scorpio, and this, I believe, is Leo. I could be horrifically wrong. I am not an astrologer. I'm working on that. Each representing fire, water, air, and earth. There is a mystery and the unknowable in the letters on the wheel. I shall show you that. As we don't always know why things happen the way they do, but the cycle is what it is, whether we're at the radiant top or the abysmal bottom. Shit happens. It can feel like it doesn't make sense, it's unfair, or perhaps you are at the top and you just can't believe your good luck. And sometimes that literally is all it is, just pure dumb luck. It's your task to understand that when goodness comes, badness will inevitably follow, and vice versa. Just ride it out. Nothing lasts forever, the good or the bad, so appreciate everything. Following that, we have the King of Pentacles. There we go. The king has all they've ever wished for and fought for, and their material dreams have come to fruition. Though they have so much, they are not miserly, but instead trusting and extremely generous. They love to see others succeed as they have, and will definitely be willing to lend a helping hand if needed. If you are the king in this situation, don't be stingy with your time and money. Donate your skills, your wisdom, and possibly your money. You will feel truly fulfilled after spending the time to help others. And finally, our final tarot card of the day is the Ten of Wands. You are feeling overburdened, your back hunched over in pain as you try to move. Oh, dear God, do I know that feeling today? Oh, you're carrying something so large that you can't even see what's right in front of you. Take a long, hard look at how you're spending your time and energy. You're not managing it well, and it's burning you the fuck out. Period. Now may be the time to find some support. Yeah, I can agree with that. Boom. Uh-oh. I did not make it easy for myself to put things away today. Give me a moment and we shall move on to our oracles because, yet again, I don't know if the oracle cards and the tarot cards are fighting and that's why they're not working together right now or what, but they are not working in tandem anymore. But the cards are being accurate, so I don't want to swap out what deck I'm using again. Today's oracles. We have, there are other priorities at the moment because there is a second option. But there are regrets. Other priorities, a second option, and there are regrets. Are we regretting taking that second option? And should we possibly have made the first option our priority? Curiouser and curiouser. In case you couldn't tell, I absolutely love Alice in Wonderland. There we go. Putting these beauties away. I really love these cards. The pink color, we all know that I loves pink. I mean, it is, as if it isn't obvious by the room I'm in. You would think pink is my favorite color, but it is not. It is actually purple. Pink is my number 3. It really is number 3 of my favorites, which is funny. Okay, now our rune. Brain fart. Today's rune is Ingwas, which is to me it looks like the DNA double helix. It really does. The divinity is Ing. The letter is NG, as in long. The symbol is the seed. Elements are water and earth, which makes sense if it's the seed. The tree is the apple, the hawthorn, and the ironwood. Plant is the heart of the earth. Stones are moonstone and amber. The colors are yellow, brown, green, and black, colors of nature and of the earth. The animal is the billy goat, Freyr's animal and a symbol of fertility. Here we go with the fertility shit again. Ingwas represents sacred space, centered energy, and cultivated potential. In this closed space, we must ruminate on our intentions, our ideas, and our goals. This rune represents the planning stages of any future actions or objectives, the time when we must focus all of our energy inward to cultivate powerful ideas and creations. When meditating on this rune, Ingwas, all things become possible if the seeds of thought are sown, grown, and nurtured. Ingwas is a rune of self-improvement and spiritual cultivation. Ingwas is a rune of self-improvement and spiritual cultivation. There we go. I can speak. It's a power that forces you to look inward and review yourself from a critical and internal perspective. In this state, we can direct energies toward ideas and areas where we want to gain more knowledge. Places we lack skill in, or places we'd just like to improve. When applied correctly, Ingwas will supply us with a sacred enclosure where we can contemplate upon all questions of purpose and destiny. I hate my brain. I have a couple of friends who are soft-hearted cat people, and they live in an area where people will come and just dump cats. So they regularly end up with kittens. And they have recently rescued yet another litter of kittens. So when I read the sacred enclosure, they have recently built a kitten pen in their room. And the sacred enclosure that came to mind was the kitten pen. So I'm sorry. I squirreled. Ingwas can also represent the household, the sacred place where we cultivate our families and our lives. The household should be a fertile place with lots of life growing and thriving within and around it. Have children, plant gardens, and encourage wildlife into your sphere. Just don't bring the trash pandas in the kitchen. Raise animals, keep bees, and live simply off the land wherever you can. because when we do this, we heal ourselves, our past, and nature itself. Ingwas is the rune of Frey, Ing, and Ingvi. It is a rune of internalized and stored energy, representing the gestation periods of the earth. This is a time when fertility, abundance, and growth are at their highest peak, i.e., spring, radiating outwards after the decay of fall and the stillness of winter. We must mimic these patterns of personal growth and refinement at certain times in our lives, in rhythm with the changing seasons. Following the patterns of nature internally helps us grow and ascend into new levels of being. Ingwas is that period of planning and sowing within ourselves, a time when everything builds up and begins to thrive. Use it to help develop your ideas, plans, and your purpose. On your life path, you may feel isolated, but within you burns the fire of inspiration, urging you onward and upward. Feed this fire by perseverance. Seek answers, but don't get encumbered with irrelevant questions. Live one day at a time, knowing that the past is just a memory, the future a dream, and the here and now is what matters, which is why it is called the present. In relationships, ingwas can signify a renewed relationship. It also can be related to the ability to leave personal failures behind, the start of a new relationship, and good prospects for couples. It can also represent a partner who is honest in their relationships. For a married couple or committed, it can also portend the appearance of an heir. God help us all. In case of a conflict or other problematic situation between partners, this rune suggests that both partners will find a way to make amends and your relationship is going to get back to normal. You know, something that gets me, we tend to, and by we, I mean as a general, probably mostly Western society, when we think relationship, 95% of us think romantic relationships. We tend to forget that relationships are more than just romantic or sexual. We have all sorts of relationships. We have friendly relationships. We have sibling relationships. We have other familial ties. So the renewed relationship here in my mind, I have some stuff going on familially that one just screamed at me. And I'm going, that actually fits right now with what's going on in my life. So I like that. And the fact that it also can be related to the ability to leave personal failures behind. Again, definitely works with some of the familial relationships in my personal life. So, and I'm not trying to make this all about me. I am simply using my life because that's what I know to say, windows open. My door just shut and it startled me. I'm using my life and my experience to say, okay, when we are discussing relationships, don't forget to take into account that there are other relationships in your life that this could be talking about. Now, moving on to work. Ingwas, Ingus, Ingwas. I love the fact that it uses different spellings for the runes and different names. Ingwas in work means the beginning, the start of something new, a project, or even just a new idea. For an ongoing project, this rune suggests fast dynamics and scale. It also signifies things like success, good results, self-confidence, strengths, and capabilities. If you have to make a choice to take a new job or start a new work activity, then yes, you have to take the chance. Make that leap. The prospects at your new job are good or even better than at your current one. That actually bodes well for, again, my family. One of my kids just started a new job, and I am very happy to see that. So our key takeaways for Ingwas. Woohoo! It's male fertility this time instead of female fertility. Gestation, internal growth, common virtues, common sense, which is not so common, simple strengths, family love, caring, human warmth, and the home. A rest stage and a time of relief and of no anxiety. A time when all loose strings are tied and you are free to move in a new direction. Listen to yourself. Work, productivity, bounty, groundedness, balance, and a connection with the land. So, all in all, good things. Today's goddess. Apparently, I'm yawning. We have had today's goddess before. I like her. Actually, at this point, I think we've gone through almost all of the goddesses in the deck, which means I'm probably going to have to start researching some new goddesses, huh? But today's goddess is Psyche. She jumped out at me. She is Greek. She is a goddess of persistence. And I think that's amusing. I was scrolling through the goddesses trying to figure out who was going to be today's goddess. And her name caught my eye no less than 4 times. So I'm going to say she was persistent. I'm laughing. It was a joke. It was a bad dad joke. Goddess of soul, Psyche, started life as a mortal woman. Her beauty was so unparalleled that men began to worship her instead of Aphrodite, which angered the jealous goddess of love. In an attempt to humiliate Psyche, Aphrodite ordered her son Eros to use his love arrows to make the mortal fall in love with a hideous man. However, when the god of love saw her, he fell in love and stole her away to be his secret bride. He built a beautiful palace for her where she was alone except in the evening when he would come to their bed shrouded by darkness and mystery. She never saw his face nor knew who he was. They were happy together for a while, but on a visit home, Psyche's sisters planted a seed of doubt in her mind. So one night, to learn his identity, she secretly lit a candle while Eros was asleep. She was so entranced by his beautiful face that she did not notice when candle wax dripped on him, waking him up. He was so angry about her betrayal that he fled, and the palace fell to ashes. Her betrayal? Anyway, devastated over her loss, Psyche sought out the only person who would know Eros' whereabouts, his incredibly vain mother, Aphrodite, who looked unkindly upon Psyche and gave her near impossible tasks before she would reveal Eros' location. Sorting a roomful of seeds over one night, catching the sun sheep's fleece, and collecting water from the river Styx, and then traveling to Hades to borrow Persephone's beauty salve. Completing each task tirelessly, Psyche finally faltered on her return from Hades. Unable to resist the lure of Persephone's magical salve, she opened the box. And the salve killed her. Its powers far too strong for a mortal. Eros swooped down and carried her to Olympus, where he begged Zeus for her life. Zeus gave her a cup of ambrosia that not only revived her, but made her a goddess. The two lovers lived together ever after, having 2 children, named Pleasure and Delight. Because of her transcendence from mortal to goddess, Psyche is often portrayed with butterfly wings. Metamorphosis. Did I say that word right? I think I did. So, call on Psyche for the strength to persevere through dark challenges in pursuit of what you love. Working with her will be a practice in uniting your heart and soul to find your own inner divinity. And then one last note on Psyche that I need glasses for. Goddess of the soul, Psyche, is here to lift you back up so that you may persist. Remember that the ability to stick to something will be your greatest advantage. Persistence. Yes. That is actually one of my favorite things about myself is I am so damn persistent when I really want something. And then close that. Tenacity. That's the word I was looking for. Tenacity and persistence. Two sides of the same coin. Namaste. Today we are reflecting and growing. Look in the mirror when you have a chance. This exercise will expose the things that are hard to swallow. When you see your reflection, try and bring to the surface the things that you need to improve on. Oh, like that's going to be difficult for some of us. This can make you feel sad, but this is just the first part of the exercise. Take all the things that you need to improve and tell yourself you are good at them. Tell yourself that you will try harder to get better at them. This will seem silly and maybe difficult at first, but if you are consistent with this exercise, you're going to look at the mirror one day and realize that you've gotten better. The things that you fell short on are now assets to your character. Reflect and grow. Basically, you're going to take something that you don't suck at it, but you aren't as good at it as you maybe want to be. Trying to come up with something that I would use. Oh my gosh, what am I okay at but I need to get better at? My executive functioning skills? I'm not sure. I'm drawing a blank right now, but that's the gist of it is take something that while you're not a failure at it, but you want to improve at it. And our self-compassion. Bring to mind someone who loves you or who has loved you. This can be a pet or a person. Notice how the memory of this person feels in your body. Allow their presence to ebb and flow for 3 breaths. I have a few people. And that, my friends, is almost it. Almost forgot Mr. Rogers. How could I forget Mr. Rogers? Bad die. Bad die. No donut. Long joke there. There is a bumper sticker running around somewhere here in the Pacific Northwest that I saw. It might have been down in San Diego. That said bad cop, no donut. And we have just kind of morphed it into bad whoever, no donut. My dad, bless his soul, was a county sheriff's officer when I was tiny. And when I first saw that bumper sticker and told them about it, the parents, yeah, I thought my dad was gonna keel over laughing so hard. He loved it. My dad had an amazing sense of humor, though. Oh, let's see. Oh, in the age of social media, this one is good. Whatever we choose to imagine can be as private as we want it to be. Nobody knows what you're thinking or feeling unless you share it. In this day and age of so much oversharing, I'm guilty. That is such an accurate thing. And there is no law yet that you have to share all of your thoughts. You don't have to tell everyone everything you're thinking and feeling every minute of every day. Just like these wonderful and evil contraptions have, led people to believe that everyone else should be available to them 24/7. And that if someone does not respond to a call or a text message or whatever immediately, that the other person is in the wrong. Which I personally don't agree with. I don't like that. Yes, I am one that generally, if someone texts or calls me, God forbid, I don't like being called. I hate talking on the phone. But I am one that most of the time, if somebody texts me, I'm going to get back to them almost immediately. But if I happen to be busy doing something and someone texts, I'm gonna, finish what I'm doing before I respond. And if the person texting me gets upset by that, probably going to take me even longer to get back to them. Because I do not like people demanding my attention when I have other things that I need to be doing. So yeah, I it's a double-edged sword because while I like the fact that I can get in contact with pretty much anybody I need to 24/7, I don't like the fact that some people now feel entitled to my or others' time and energy 24/7. I know I'm on a little bit of a rant. This will be the end of it. I have a spoony friend. They are regularly dealing with health issues. In the short time I have known them, I can think of off the top of my head 5 trips to the ICU, 10 hospitalizations, and at least 3 times that they have been knocking at death's door. I mean, literally, we have been questioning whether they were coming home from the hospital. Um, and that's just, the times they've been in the hospital. And they have had people while they were in the ICU, intubated, not functioning, chewing them out because my friend did not respond to a text message or a Facebook Messenger message. Well, I messaged you. Why didn't you get back to me? Because I was in the ICU and I was intubated and I was sleeping. Well, you were talking to other people. Why didn't you talk to me? This is the entitlement that people are expressing. So, well, yes, it can be a good thing. It's a bad thing. Anyway, I have ranted. I apologize. It is Friday. Woohoo! Go weekend. We have, I think, I have not decided if we're doing Yoga Nidra Asana tonight or if we are doing a guided meditation. That is still up in the air. I will probably decide that somewhere around 6:30, 7 o'clock tonight. No, probably more around 7:30 when I'm going to be doing the meditation at 8. So keep an eye on socials for that. Be back here in 5.5 hours ish for that. Tomorrow we will be doing yoga so long as I can convince the dogs to let me have the yoga mat. um, and then start all over with the same spiel next week. So please come hang out. We have a topic for next week's podcast. I'm not announcing it yet, but there is a topic. I think that is everything for today. So please go out, have a fantabulous, wonderful, magical day, spread love, joy, and kindness, and please tell your loved ones that you love them. And I will see you guys this evening. Love you all.